of Big towards the top of the T side, waiting outside bedroom, pausing, expecting aggression.
Yeah, this is very patient. Smoke on Xbox, you feel like they're going to fight short, but you're right, Imperial, they're ahead of this. While pushing through tunnels, you can now take the space elsewhere. Contact being taken from Tori, but you're not ready for the double layer in.
As the dualies right behind the smoke as she eats them alive. Cat gets one of them, but between the two of them, they have cleaned up this assault through short. Kiosa and Jenny trying to claw something back, but nothing to be found. Kiosa's got the bomb site, but no bomb and no allies with her. I don't think they suspect she might be around. But 1v5 to kick off the series seems incredibly unlikely. You would like to have kept that T-side Molotov, given how potent they are these days. Don't give Kiosa too many heads to click at. That's what we've learnt during those segments, and she's been given a couple of opportunities, but is run down.
Yeah, nice try, but ultimately the bomb's just completely isolated. You can't do anything, but this is the acceleration. This is the never say die, no fear attitude that Vilga was highlighting on the desk here from Imperial. In the first 10 seconds, we've already seen them taking that space over towards tunnels, completely pushing the extremity. They've got options, and you're almost confining Big EQUIPA just into just wherever you want them to be. That's where they're going to arrive immediately. Shut down on short. The default's disrupted. You can't plant the bomb. You can't have any money into this follow-up. And that means it's going to be a fast B.
Yeah, so it's just an interesting thing to look at here is Anna's obviously rocking the dual Berettas. Now, it's not uncommon when the CTs so convincingly win the first round to have the pistol on your AWPer, and then they keep money to get the AWP. But she actually dropped an M4 over, so I think Tori might be saving up for her. They managed to get some space, but Cat's not going to let this bomb down. Surely. No. Almost tries to punch it in. There's even a team kill in the mix just to help Imperial out.
Yeah. But look, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It's interesting, obviously, the desk speaking about Zaz and Giuliano, and we got to interview them throughout the season, saying how weird it is that they're now enemies. And do you know what? It's almost like a romantic story.
Yeah, but it's the other way around.
Here. Sure. You look, but they've made it, you know? They're now fighting together.
Oh, I thought it was like an enemies to lovers kind of.
No. It's I guess it's lovers to enemies. It's Zazmio and Giulianoette.
That's good. Anna? Whoa, yeah.
Not good. Unlucky.
Where was the support? That was a brave peak to be taking. And Kiosa at long range wins out her fight. It's a quick exchange of kills, but it's favored Big every single fight.
And actually, this is really interesting because I thought the game plan from Imperial was to heavily contest long and fight for that space. Because with Big against FlyQuest, if they were watching, you'd notice that Goosebreeder and Kaede were having a lot of success out towards the long doorway and obviously just finding that opening kill round after round. But no, instead it's the contact being taken from Tori in towards mid. Anna felt she had coverage, but wasn't ready for the cross immediately. Kiosa finds two in mid, and Cat needs to save.
Yeah, I don't know if I missed it, but yeah, was that just a timing situation?
Yeah, so I think what's happened is, where Tori, you can see her kind of corpse and body on the floor. She was holding for top mid. I don't think she got there in time because she was maybe looking towards B doors just in case there was going to be a setup here from Imperial. And immediately as Anna gets on the angle, that's the period in which they've crossed. So it's very micro, but those are the fine margins that get Kiosa the double.
Yeah, massive way to start off this best of one. Get the T-side rolling. Cat survives. That's the only one.
The thing I want to see here from Imperial in this game is I don't want them to get cocky and confident. I don't want them to say, look, this is Dust2. We are really good on this map previously. Big EQUIPA, they went overtime against FlyQuest Red. It's not a result that they're particularly probably expecting. If they have no utility and they try and take these fights dry, I really worry for them because I actually think some of the aimers on Big EQUIPA could upset.
The aimer I'm looking towards is kind of alluded to a few times as Paulie.
Yeah.
We had that rough start earlier today. Obviously the first LAN event for both Paulie and Kiosa. But Kiosa showing no signs of nerves under the pressure, and it's a bit of pace. Paulie at the front, but there's a double layering of the setup. Cat from above gets to, swaps to the AK, and they have locked down this assault. That's still standing. Support is actually quite far away if they can take her down. They have the space. A resmoke onto doors. The CTs don't have a way in, but the bomb needs to be planted.
Yeah, but Big don't have a way out. You got to take space in towards tunnels here. They've got no utility, so once this fades, there's nothing. Giuliano fakes the bomb, goes round the corner, but it's a double swing from Imperial, and it's 23 that gets both. Imperial, they retake before the bomb's even down.
Yeah, it's really nice from Imperial. You know you're in the 3-on-2. You know Zana is one of those living players as well. So as soon as that bomb gets tapped, all 3 players just swarm the site. So you know at Mercy Orb can only really get one. So as long as Giuliano doesn't get the multi, you're all sorted. But this round kind of is put in this position thanks to that great hold from Cat with Zaz supporting.
Yeah, it's interesting just looking at that setup as well from Imperial because Cat is looking down directly at the floor, not only to spot shadows, but play a little bit anti-flash. Because the flash is thrown from the tunnels, normally go on the left-hand side. Normally bounce on, so she evades them. And yet again, more aggression here. Double MP9s, are they going to hit a good timing?
Maybe. Or they'll have the worst possible timing, where Big have actually kind of ringed around the rosies. And so actually, B is all theirs. So bomb plant should be allowed, and you don't expect to get too much from this, but a bomb plant is massive, and it's a notoriously difficult site to retake, so you expect there's going to be some damage caused.
Will there? I think it depends a lot on this altercation in tunnels. Oh, and that is a great start. Jenny ripping heads.
Yeah, now they're immediately taking the space in middle. Kiosa hits one of her own. 23 recovering with the double. And now Zaz just charging with the MP9, putting pace on it, but Zana, another shot. Time's ticking, and still a chance. Zana with no health though. Tori's brought low, but hey, that's a lot of damage for just a couple of upgraded pistols.
And look, that was really good from Big EQUIPA, right? Because as you mentioned, as soon as they take the contact in tunnels, they fight over towards CT. They're exploding and putting pressure on both sides of that bomb site. And then they disengage, and you think, oh, that's perfect. They've disengaged. It's going to work out, but Zaz doesn't care. Runs in, takes the contact, and from there, it completely disorientates those after-plant, almost defenders, on the site for Big. And then they're just straying left and right into all of these angles. But for an eco, I'll tell you what, that is not bad at all.
I've been really impressed by Jenny R in this iteration of Big EQUIPA.
Ever since CS2, right?
Yeah, you know, she's always been a really important part of this team in terms of being quite a space taker and never afraid to make those big plays. But I feel like her actual kind of mechanics, her aim looks incredibly on point currently.
She's one of those players I kind of categorize, I've had to label Jenny R as like a moments player. It feels like she is there, slowly going under the radar. Big EQUIPA need a huge moment. It's Jenny R that provides.
Well, this takes me back to Valencia in 2022 when it was Big EQUIPA who took the first map of the best of 3 semi off Nigma Galaxy at the time, right? That was a 1-0 start to that elimination. I mean, semi-final, right? They almost upset Nigma Galaxy in the second tournament, and it was Jenny that was kind of the driving force on that map, pushing through smokes, being an absolute menace. And I feel like we're seeing her in that moment.
I think what's interesting as well is you take a look on the side of Imperial, as Zana finds the opener. It's not Zaz that's putting up the numbers. It's not Anna. You're looking at 23, you're looking at Cat, but it's the other AWPer that is called Anna, as we have many in ESL Impact. Zana finds the opening kill. Bomb on the back of Paulie, waiting outside long, actually maneuvering over towards tunnels with that pick. And for Imperial, they don't really have that much map control. They didn't poke and prod too much in towards long. They've got a default set up on towards short with a bait and switch with the anti-flash. And in mid, they've only got one player in 23 just on the other side, covered by a smoke.
They do have all their bodies where Big are posturing, at least in terms of these short responders. With a player advantage, they do have a lot of options of where they can go. That's
a really good smoke, by the way, from Cat, because her just blocking off the entranceway to tunnels means that if mid was under pressure, such as that mid to B smoke thrown by Big, she could come and help out.
I think on some level, Big are going to acknowledge this, though, and realize that that probably indicates that Cat's maybe playing a bit more defensive and trying to support. Oh, Jenny, the timing! She wasn't spotted! She wasn't spotted. The trade is there, but 23 didn't see her. But Cat in the back of the site with claws out with 2. That slowed down this assault into B. Giuliano eventually gets that equalizing kill, but 23 over the top with the double.
I think this is the difference between Imperial is sure. Jenny R's hit that timing. Big EQUIPA want to go in towards the B bomb site, and they are reacting a lot, but it's Imperial that are just half this second ahead every single time. You get that trade in mid, you then immediately focus all your attention on B, the flash play from Zaz comes over the top, it's instantaneous, and it's so hard to deal with if you're Big EQUIPA. At times, it's suffocating.
Remember to breathe. Imperial off to a very strong start on this CT side as well. It's an interesting conversation kind of around the CT and T side of Dust2, because I think a lot of the initial conversations with it, the T side kind of feels like it should be stronger, but it actually feels that at the top level, the CT side is where a lot of pro teams are getting most of their work done.
Yeah, it's interesting as well, just because I know Imperial are not a South American roster, but in the South America region, CT sides are really strong. And I think with the addition of kind of being able to wipe away these smokes, you never feel comfortable, especially on a map like Dust2, where it is so open. One nade can ruin your entire plans. And as the benefit of that to the CTs, it just means that you're always kind of alluring and having this threat.
So it's very B-side focused from Big early on. The one round they got actually was off the kind of fast play out long.
What they are doing, though, is avoiding Anna, and they won't this round.
No, 3 players actually on this side with the double long setup, and Anna's going to be the one to take first contact. Seeing the smokes, she's aware they're on their way. A comfortable position for an AWP to B. Misses that flick shot, but it was always going to be a tough one. An Imperial fall off. They give the space over. Anna gets another chance. Doesn't rise to the occasion. Bomb planted. Again, it's Big with pistols getting the bomb down, but what else can they achieve?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but Giuliano flashed in towards CT. In fact, it's the whole damn squad, and it doesn't matter. Team kill on Zaz, but Cat is finding and killing everyone. And because they're neutralized here, you then got the players that can just rotate up long. This is easy. This is simple for Imperial.
Too easy. I like the idea, though, to drop down into CT. I mean, you're in such a long shot position in this round anyway. You're in a 5v5 with the bomb down. Why not try and catch them off? Drop down, see what you can do. A kill comes through. It's actually none of the big players that get it either. It was a team kill, unfortunately. Cat is having a great game, and sometimes that means you do have to accidentally take down your teammate to secure more kills, and she doesn't seem too remorseful about it from that smile.
It's for the greater good. But
that's kind of her fault.
This could have got really complicated, but I like the idea because you're right. It's about just closing down these angles. At the same time, though, if you planted for short, I would have liked a few players to maybe get off that bomb site, play towards short, maybe even cut off some of these rotates. But regardless, Big EQUIPA doing much more with their pistols than they are in the rifles. Zana on the AWP this time around. We need to see something different from her. We need to see some opening kills. And I hate to say it, but again, Paulie not off to the greatest of starts here on D2.
Yeah, I wonder... We'll hold this thought for a second. Trying to just force the issue out long. I'm not keen on that. No flashbang, nothing to kind of set them up. Just hoping to catch a timing out the smoke. And it does not really work at all. This one's feeling a little limp from Big after such a great showing on Dust2 earlier. This isn't the start that they hoped for. Zana will get that kill, but Cat was tucked. Oh, hold up. Getting a little uncomfortable for her. Needs some support. The flashbang rains over the top. It's Kiosa. And it's Kiosa and Zana in this 2v3. Bomb planted. No delaying utility available, so they just have to be ready for these fights. Anna's on the angle. If Kiosa decides to swing, it's straight into that scope. A shot fired. Kiosa sees that as her moment to strike. But too many players on the other side. And Zana, tucked at the back, misses the first chance. Now they know exactly where she is. They can run her down. No clutch allowed today. Imperial, this CT side is lights out. Yeah,
it is lights out, but it's also Big EQUIPA looking a little bit nervy. Desk highlighted this in that game against FlyQuest Red, but it was the individuals to bail them out. This time, it's not quite happening. We're not seeing the same Zana magic as we were in those clutches. 1v2, for example, to bring them into OT earlier today. That one felt very flat. That one felt like a spread default. Let's see what we can try and achieve here. And they just didn't really find anything. Sure, you're able to get on the bomb site, but by that point, you've lost everyone everywhere else.
Well, we've got this brief moment where I was kind of wanting to talk about Paulie a little bit. Obviously, we hype her a lot coming into this event, given her impressive results since joining this team and even in her time previous teams. Very good aimer, very mechanically sound. She's only 18, very young, her first big international LAN. Obviously, it means a great deal to be here. And we think back to other kind of rookies that have been in this position, Poppins, right, who's having a fantastic event and a fantastic season. I remember her first ESL Impact Finals. It was pretty similar. It was a real struggle for her out the gate. So those LAN jitters are a real experience, and feels like Paulie is dealing with that firsthand right now.
And not out of the woods yet, Imperial. Sure, this is 7-1, but this could quickly just cascade. If Big are able to get a few rounds on the board, Dust2 feels very snowbally. It's so interesting how much mid-space consistently Big EQUIPA are able to get. I think Jenny's noted this quite a lot and has now communicated it over, which is why we've got this play. Jenny finds Tori, smoke or mid to B, but you have to deal with these players in tunnels.
Yeah, a lot of variation how Imperial. They're running a double B consistently. Cat gets that trade, so now you know there's a gap. They want to exploit it immediately. It's only Cat on this side of the map. And you know, she's actually not on the side. She threw a lurk smoke forward. So you've got the space. That can allow this bomb to go down, and this one's a lot more even, 3-on-3.
And where Cat is in tunnels, it makes it so difficult for Big EQUIPA to take space beyond this bomb site, which is why instead you've got Zana up at the top on the outskirts, just hiding, waiting so patiently. Will there be contact taken from anyone else from Big? No, it relies heavily on her outside the site.
Yeah, I don't know if they're actually going to go this direction. Anna was actually holding for the possibility. So now you know where Zana is. The rest of the squad activates. Anna wins out that fight onto Zana. Juliana in the back of the site. One falls. Cat known, Cat found, and it's all onto Anna. Swaps at the wrong time. Jenny puts her down, and Big put their second on the board.
And to be honest, even though Zana falls to Anna there, she does her job. She stays alive for at least 25 seconds or thereabouts. She then swings, but it's all up to Big EQUIPA on that site to isolate those kills in towards tunnels, because the first piece of contact comes off your players out mid. That will accelerate the play. That's what Imperial have been doing, having these bait and switch setups where one person on the map takes contact, the other then starts to accelerate and come in. We see that an awful lot, and Big EQUIPA this time they're better.
Snade straight over the top. Good flash, there it is. Finally, the support that Paulie needed to get on the board. Tori's feeling the pressure as well, dropping her entire belt of utility. Anna comes to support, but that smoke on the corner denies her AWP any sight lines. And now, hold up, Short is under pressure. Space is being taken. He also can walk around this corner and catch Anna if she extends, but she doesn't move. Surely you don't expect much presence here. That'd be a freebie, but instead Anna's going to be the one that goes back to have a hunt. If you give her options, she'll take them all the timing. Anna has gotten timed again and again, but this time she gets away.
What's so interesting there is that because Anna never fired off a shot at long, Kiosa didn't know she was there. So maybe assumed she was over towards ramp. Regardless, does her job in its entirety. Doesn't kill Anna, but pushes her away. 4-on-3. In fact, make it a 5-on-3. Jenny are still alive. Big have got the site. This might just be a save.
It's got to be a save. Look at Anna, $200 in the AWP. You want to hold on to that into the next round. It's actually really interesting to me, this map so far, in terms of looking at the scoreboard, because your two authors have 3 kills apiece. Okay, or as soon as I say that, Anna gets another, but that's an exit frag. And Dust2 is a map where we're kind of expecting the authors to be the ones that are setting the pace, the ones that are getting all the openers, but no, it's the riflers.
I think you look at the stylistic sort of approaches for both Anna and Zana, and they're a lot more supportive. I think Anna is playing a lot more supportive role than she did compared to last year. But like she is one of the players that's actually using her utility a lot more to set up her riflers, and you can do that a lot when you are a team like Imperial and you've got one of the highest floors just in the Impact League. And for Zana, it's very much the same. Zana is a late game player. She comes alive in the clutches when it matters the most for Big EQUIPA. You put her on a line, she's hitting it 9 times out of 10.
And you think of where Zaz fits into this team in terms of the type of player she is. She is a very aggressive kind of playmaker, right? So when you've got someone who is able to do that so consistently at such a high level, you want to be setting her up.
And also, you think about sort of the game plan that Imperial are implementing. It's relying a lot on extremity pressure, which means that your AWPer in Ana isn't really going to be the one that's involved, especially if you're pushing tunnels, especially if you're pushing longs. Try and find these timings in towards mid. That's what Dust2 is. It feels like it's this fine balance where you're just trying to find a perfect opportunity to go on the flank. So it's going to be these riflers that are going to be a lot more invested. And also, thinking about it, Ana got punished very early on at short, so maybe she's just a little bit.
Yeah, you go for one of those ego peaks and you get slapped in the face. You're like, you're right, all right, you've put my ego in check for a moment.
Look at lower tunnels. It's being contested and dealt with. Jenny R, yet again, finding another opening kill.
Yeah, I'm surprised Tori didn't kind of lead that. So, you know, take the pistol first and set up the rifle to be the traitor. Cat will find success with hers, and that's the bomb dropped. Not going to be an issue recovering it, but you know, one of these rifles is. Ana isn't far away from B. And if she enters the site, this can still be a hold for Imperial. Cat is close to the angle, peeks around it, and she drops both. The bomb is hers, and there's Ana. Didn't need to move a muscle. Zana comes straight to her, as does Kiosa.
Yeah, there you go. There's Ana being that supportive element, taking the contact away from Cat. And what I thought was really interesting there is that you've got 23, you've got Tori on pistols, and in rounds like this, where you lose that opening player, where Cat has accelerated forward a little bit more towards the end of tunnels and got that kill, I expected their risks to be taken from the pistols. I expected Tori to walk through mid-doors, try and hit that timing. Instead, that's not the approach of the round. It's getting these little weaselly, horrible corners in by the Dust2 doors. Set yourself up and let Ana just rotate. Pick and choose her fights as they come.
Yeah, what a round, what a
half.
Half that Cat's having, because you know she's at Green B. It's never normally the site you expect to see kind of the top fragger featuring on. But I guess with Big's game plan, it is so heavily focused over here. She's winning out all these fights. They're gonna try it again for the last round. A burst through and Cat up high. Can't get the kill this time. We still got Zaz to deal with. Tucking behind side boxes, she's round 2. And that's kept it even. Bomb to be planted. And re-smoke can be deployed. An incendiary on Jenny, but full kit for Imperial.
Yeah, but that's an incendiary that they've scavenged. There's always a lack of utility here on the afterplan.
There's none now.
Yeah, but you've got Zana at least posted on this tunnels angle. And that's where 2 players are coming from. That molly isn't going to offset anyone. Ana is effectively removed unless they peek her.
Yes, Ana's got the line. Just needs to hit the shot. A jiggle, a flash is perfect. And now she's under pressure. Flames, oh, HE over the top. The dunk, and she's just ducking. Tori decides a different target is on her mind, but there's Zana hitting her shot. Jenny with one, and it's on to Ana. No time, no chance, and a 4th for Big.
Hold up, where you going? Looking like that, looking so good. What you trying to do? You trying to get in trouble? Should be a crime. Flirting with the devil. Get out the way. A new dawn, new day. Can nobody touch this groove? Work hard, get paid. Dress up like a Sunday. Watch me now. I'm making moves. 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 Excuse you, shaking that body, hotter than a toddy. You must be somebody. Get out the way. A new dawn, new day. Can nobody touch this groove? Work hard, get paid. Dress up like a Sunday. Watch me now. I'm making moves. I'm making moves.
We like to.
I'm making moves. I'm making moves. I'm making moves. Cut all the lights out, close the window, lock the doors.
Well, Big EQUIPA better make some damn moves because they're down 8-4 at the half. It was a stellar CT side. And I wonder how much of an influence that previous game against FlyQuest Red had on that T side of Big EQUIPA, because as you said, Lucy, it was B. It was B. And guess what? It was B.
Could have been worse though. It was 7-1 at one point, so a recovery at the tail end for Big EQUIPA. Not a space taken. Giuliano is getting curious. And, oh dear, 23. Spots her at the last second, but it's too late. Paulie, she's found one onto Anna. Kiosa strikes true as well, and Paulie's looking for redemption. Bomb gets away. But not for too long. Tori, if she goes down into lowers, there are a lot of big players waiting. One close by the boxes, swings. Zana not able to get the kill. Zaz finds one as well. This one, after being a 5-on-2, is getting a whole lot closer. And now you've spotted a player in mid. Zaz just wants to fight, thinking about it. Just moving around, maneuvering. Kit collected. Tori still here. Paulie not aware. And Imperial just playing with them, picking them apart piece by piece. This pistol has fallen and crumbled by Big.
That's so well played from Zaz in middle, because she's the one making all of those moves, right? Pushing mid, taking the space away, going up towards Xbox, being that nuisance. And Big EQUIPA in a 5-on-2, they just want the round over. They think it's done already. Maybe this is a sign of potential overconfidence or nervousness when they just want this round to be over, when they just want to try and secure a pistol. Have they even won a pistol here yet at LAN? No.
That's like just one of those classic Imperial rounds to win too. Like they're the ones that this team has been infamous for. It's the dawn of time.
Oh dearie me, that was mistake after mistake after mistake though from Big EQUIPA.
Imperial just have that presence, you know, when they're in the server. There's just this monstrosity that you're up against, and I think that creates this massive mental block for teams to go up against them. We've seen Na'Vi time after time when it comes to the finals face that same beast and be unable to overcome it.
Yeah, but at the same time, I was really going to praise them, because right up until they got in that 2-on-5, I was like, yes, they're taking the fight. They're showing that they're not scared. It's going back to what Vilga was saying on the desk.
But it's closing against this team, that's the problem.
But it didn't even matter, did it? Now Anna's just on a USP. Was on a dual Beretta buy when they won the pistol in the first half. This time, she's just playing USP on this. She wants that AWP. It gets prioritized an awful lot, and maybe she doesn't need a primary weapon. Heads collected, the bounty hunter of Anna sticking all a Big EQUIPA on the wall.
Yeah, now 23 can be on the corner, and she can just collect all these juicy kills. Anna with the triple with the USP, showing the CTs how to use the sidearm.
Even heard that little audio cue right at the very end as well. Bomb has been planted, a little bit of extra money as well. Imperial guaranteeing everything and not allowing Big EQUIPA a chance to build back into this game, because it was that CT side that worked so well, did wonders against FlyQuest Red. But if you don't really have too many chances, that's going to be the danger. Big fight here out long.
Literally big. Paulie looking for it. The flashbang fades. She can't collect the kill, but the re-swing comes in only for a moment. Cat gets the double. Are you ready for a fourth player? You are not. Giuliano. 2 back in her favor. It gives something for Kiosa to work with. And this clutch, it's necessary, and she has the read. The first is hers. Now she just needs to find 23, who is proving elusive. Reroutes into middle. Kiosa not seeing anything long, aware of the possibility. Cuts noise just as 20 comes round the corner, and 20's aware. The swing is perfect. Kiosa's clutch denied.
Yeah, the issue is there for Kiosa is when you peek into that doorway, you peek in two different elevations. You're aware that they could be close up short, back towards the barrels, or just underneath Xbox. For 23, she comes around the corner, her crosshair's immediately just on the head. So difficult. Even with 4 players out long, you cannot stop Imperial.
Yeah, I mean, the fourth was there just to try and recover the pieces after the first 3 just crumbled. Imperial giving Big a lesson on how to take long. Just watch back the VOD, they all say. You guys were so afraid to do it on your T side. Here's a free lesson for you.
Look at the space. Cat has just walked here for free because for Big EQUIPA, the initial planning phase of this round was to take space in towards tunnels. They will rotate here in time, but they're still being obscured by util.
That drop's been heard. They know this play is close by. This is a force by Big. They don't want this to go OT, and it's, well, 12, surely, to be confirmed. They tried to make a bit of a play through the smoke, try to rush and overwhelm Imperial, but Tori, thorough as ever, triple kill, Zaz on the lurk. Force by falls flat.
That's something we need to speak about as well. I mean, there's a lot to discuss about this Imperial squad, but Zaz and her lurk tie-ins that have been very impressive just this online season. And it hasn't been needed on this T side because it's been such a buffer that's been built up already by Imperial, but that's another win factor. That's something that they've got in their locker.
Yeah, I mean, Zaz comes into this event as the second highest rated player on this team, which I didn't expect. I really did not think it was going to be the case. It shocked me. She wants to take the fight to them. Flash over, straight through doors. They show a lot of presence. Make Big feel nervous. They've got 8 chances to close, so Big certainly are nervous. Anna can get posted up and she can just be on lookout.
Best bit is there's just so much utility as well for Imperial. Giuliano's in lower tunnels, sure, but at the end of the day, you've got a lot of scaling immediately with the fact that you've got Anna on the right-hand side along here. You can then involve the short play. Giuliano and Jenny need these kills cleanly.
Nice swings from the tees. There's Giuliano, though. Not expected in lowers. A re-flash from short. They want to fight and crunch onto Cat, and they need to do this together. Jenny will win it. So 3-on-5, the rest of the squad grouping up from long. Defensive smoke drop, flames go forward as well. Slight gap, 23 getting peppered as she crosses, but Anna sees Zana. Jenny, good shot. Zaz needs to fight forward, needs to find some space to plant the bomb. It's onto Anna. And she's brought incredibly low. Players everywhere surrounding her. Big will stay alive.
Gets a little bit nervy there, especially when you've got the swing from the top of the site, but it's all a little bit of a ruse. As you mentioned, gap in that long smoke, and Jenny exploits it perfectly. Distraction taken from up high, then trying to drag the crosshair down to adjust for a player in the smoke, it's too difficult. And then you've got that flank, but we spoke about that mid-fight. Giuliano, Jenny needed those kills cleanly in towards short, and they got them. And then suddenly that Imperial attack becomes one-dimensional.
Anna's looking for the cross into the lower, but it's not going to be revealed.
Oh.
Jenny, that's a real crunchy nade. Tori's kneecaps a little worse for wear. More utility thrown her way. Tough job for her at the start of this round. They look like they want to apply some pressure to mid early. That smoke is deep. Anna misses the shot. Up close, almost given a second chance, but it's Jenny who gets that kill. The trade is so fast from Zaz. Giuliano looks to slip in. The bomb was spotted on her back.
Good timing from Paulie here, because she has taken the space out long. It's so important she doesn't overstep. You can't go through these doors here because 23's holding. She's looking to punish.
Yeah, it's not necessary at this stage in the 4v4. Paulie, and now gets desperate for Big. Unless Giuliano drops the bomb. Zana hits her AWP shot. She can come over to support. And it's back into the favor of Big for a moment. Recovering the bomb. It's going to be its own adventure. Giuliano's incredibly low. She's in the open. Dropped. Zana is going to get mollied off. Bomb picked up. You still got Kiosa. And Kiosa, oh, can't get the second. And now you know where the space is. You know where Zana is. That HE all but confirms. The Cat has a free reign to go to B.
This is so tough, though. At least she upgrades to the M4. Flashbangs will confirm her position, though. But Zana doesn't care. She's going to run through the smoke. Bomb still being committed. Cat drops off it. And Cat just in time. Imperial defy the odds yet again. And they once again book a spot here in playoffs.
Oh, what a brutal way for it to end. Brutal, in fact. Yeah, we'll make that a word because that describes the way Imperial dismantled Big Keeper here. A few close rounds, but not close enough. And it feels that when it comes to the stage, when it comes to the pressure, Imperial always stand tall.